I'm Leslie Karst, and I'm going to read this story by my mother, Smiley Karst. It's called Runaway Princess. She's now 91 years old, but she wrote this book about 30 years ago, but it was only just published. So, Runaway Princess by Smiley Karst. For the Cuggies. High in a tower, a princess leaned out. Her eyes glittered teardrops. Her mouth made a pout. Down in the village, the laughter rang free from children who danced round a mayflower tree. I'm lonesome, sobbed Lucy, for that was her name. I wish they would ask me to join in their game. I'd run down the hillside and stay until late, but I'm not allowed to go past the front gate. I'm left all alone with my toys every day, but toys are for sharing, so how can I play? My mummy's too busy to see that I'm sad. If I had a friend, I'd be ever so glad. She stared out the window, her brow wore a frown. Her dark eyes were thoughtful beneath her gold crown, as she picked at the marmalade spot on her gown. All of a sudden, her eyes gleamed with light. Oh yes, she cried, clapping her hands in delight. No more long hours of only pretend. After my lunch, I'll go look for a friend. Despite her excitement, at luncheon she ate the very last crumb that remained on her plate. Her mother, the queen, said, "Good girl." Then she went to sign all her papers, a daily event. On tiptoe, the princess crept down a long hall. A red and white apron hung there on the wall. Through a broad doorway, out into the back, she spied what she needed upon a large sack. A few minutes later, across the front yard, a funny old lady walked right past the guard. The guard was too drowsy to look at her hard. The road down the hillside was long. It was steep. She tripped on the apron and fell in a heap. At last came the May tree. The children were there. Their singing and laughing and shouts filled the air. They danced round the May tree, bright ribbons held high. I'm scared to go near them, she said, feeling shy. If only they'd like me and ask me to stay. But how can I meet them, and what would I say? Suppose they got angry and yelled, "Go away!" One other sat waiting, a baby too small to dance with the others, forgotten by all. Away through the grasses, it crawled in a chase after ducklings who led to a dangerous place. The ducklings bobbed lightly, a colorful flock. The baby went after and sank like a rock. Under the May tree, the dancing went on. Lucy ran quickly across the green lawn. At the edge of the water, the moss grew quite thick. She reached out her hands, but the rocks were too slick. Oh, mercy! She slid down the slippery bank. How slimy, how clammy! The pond water stank. But baby was safe. It had Lucy to thank. The children came running, their game at an end. They danced around Lucy and called her their friend. Most gladly they asked her to join in their play. How sad they all were at the end of the day. Oh, why must you leave us? Please stay here instead. I live on the hill. Come, I'll show you, she said. Her mother, the queen, rushed to answer the bell. The children could see she'd been feeling unwell. My darling, where were you? I trembled with fear. And who are these others? And why are they here? You're always so busy, the princess replied. I've friends now, dear mummy. Please let them inside. I'm sorry I scared you by running away. I just needed someone with whom I could play. If all of my friends will be welcome, why then I promise I'll never be naughty again. The queen shed a teardrop, then held Lucy tight. She smiled and told her, "You're ever so right." Up high in the tower, the laughter rings loud. The The guard has been told Lucy's friends are allowed. And after her luncheon, the Queen's never late. She comes down to frolic. The papers can wait. Thank you.